Hi, everyone. So, welcome to the webinar, How to Be a Product Owner. I'm happy that you are here. So, this is my first webinar. So, I would like to ask you, can you hear me? Do you see me? Let's make a check before we start the presentation itself. So, I can see some comments here already. So, I see that Julio, my great friend from Brazil, is already looking forward. So this is our QA master. That's pretty nice. So how do you hear me, guys? Is it everything fine? Okay, okay, sounds good. So I think that we can start getting to know each other before we jump into the presentation. And let's see how the day is going to be. I'm very excited. So this is my first webinar. I would appreciate a lot your feedback after the event. And I'm going to share here my screen. And let's start. So do you see here my screen, guys? I hope you see it. And now let's go. So I would like to ask you, where are you from and what do you do? Because today I expect this event to have people from many different countries. I think the group is going to be very diverse. So I'd like to know, where are you sitting now? What do you do? And what do you expect from this event? Then I will know how I can match your expectations. Maybe I could start saying, where am I from? I'm from Brazil, actually, but now I'm working in Germany, more specific, in Munich. And what do I do? Actually, what I do, I talk to people. That's what I do generally. Most of the time, I just talk to people. But besides that, I am the head of product management at Virtual Identity in Munich. And over the last years, I have been a product owner. So this is my passion. And also this year, I got a different passion that is about writing. I really love writing articles on Medium. And what do I expect from today's webinar? I expect to help you, and I expect to share relevant insights. And I really hope that once you leave this room, you have something that you can change your day for better. As a product owner, I expect you to be able to overcome the prioritization techniques and to overcome the challenge ahead of you. So let's see here what you are saying. So I see people already from Uruguay, Romania, Reinaldo from Ubatuba, Italy, Hamburg. Well, that's pretty nice. That's a really diverse group. And I see someone even from Malaysia. So thanks for making. I guess that in Malaysia now is pretty late. So that is really different for, yeah, people from all places, Cambodia. Wow. Wow, that's pretty nice. I'm very happy to have you here, guys. Uh, I'm looking forward here to share some ideas and to go through this webinar. I see people from the New York. Wow, that's really a nice group. So I think we can start now sharing what we are going to talk today. So it's not going to be such a big deal. So let me share what I want to talk today with you here. I will start mainly with the challenge of being a product owner. And then I will explore what's not to be a product owner. Many times we focus a lot on what is to be a product owner and we ignore the pitfalls around us. And then after that, I want to explore the market of the product owner. How does it look like? And then I will spend some time on one topic I am passionate about, how to be a product owner. And the last part of this webinar, we will talk about prioritization. How can we overcome this challenge? So what I want here is not to be a monologue. I want you to participate and then just put your questions and I will answer them. And I will try my best to answer all the questions. I will not answer them immediately. After the end of each session, I will take a look at the questions and then I will answer some of them. And also at the very end, after prioritization, we'll have some time for Q&A. And I really want to exchange with you. Because as I said, product ownership is something I am passionate about. If you know me and if you have read my articles, sometimes I get even a little bit emotional when I'm writing because I have been in so many traps and I want to help people to avoid these traps on their journey. Okay, so I hope you enjoy. And then I would say, let's start with the first part of the challenge of being a product owner. So I want to start with this question here. Can product owners be value maximizers? And why am I saying value maximizers? Because this is our mission as a product owner. And value maximizer means maximizing the value for the end user and businesses. It doesn't mean deliver more user stories, deliver more features. But the environment is not so favorable for us to be product owners. Let's start with this. Everything is priority. Stakeholders come to us all the time and they urge everything needs to be done by yesterday. So they want things to happen all the time. They even dare to say the word, these are my priorities. And this is confusing for me because when I look to the word priority, this is always singular. It cannot be plural. Anyway, businesses expect that we can handle everything. This is one of the challenges. And then it leads to the second challenge, feature factory. And what is a feature factory? This is a problem that we face. Companies expect us as product owners to be the output maximizer. We should deliver more and more and more features. And the more feature we deliver, the happier the company is. So this is a pitfall. We should not aim to deliver more features. We should aim to maximize the value. And to maximize the value, actually, we should kill the features that we don't need. But companies expect us to keep delivering more. And another challenge we have is about the lack of vision. Companies set up Scrum teams and they expect the Scrum teams to deliver features and to go to different directions all the time. And this is a problem because if we don't have a vision, we cannot put the team on a mission and everything is arguably a priority. And how can someone be a value maximizer in this case? And there is another pattern that I have observed. It is called the requirements keeper. Some companies believe that the product owner is the backlog owner, and the only thing we do during the whole day is keeping the backlog organized. Is it like that? Of course not. But my question is, given all the challenges, of course these are not all the challenges, but given these main challenges here, can someone be a value maximizer in an environment that is not favorable? Of course we can, if we know how to change the game, if we know how to challenge the status quo and overcome the challenge ahead of us. And this is what I want to share with you today. So I will share some experience and some pitfalls I have fallen into. But let's start first here exploring what is supposed to be a product owner and why we have so many confusions. If you look at the Scrum Guide, I'm not going to read that. You can read for yourself. But the Scrum Guide is very shallow. It is focused really on the what is a product owner and the how, well, that is left for you to figure out how to become a product owner. The Scrum Guide basically ignores product management. The Scrum Guide says what is supposed to be a product owner, the value maximizer, as I said. But that leaves a big room for interpretation, and interpretation brings problem. There's a definition I like more because it's more complete, and this is from Bob Galen. This is called the 4 quadrants of a product owner. If you look at a product owner, who is this guy? A product owner is a person full of responsibility. And according to Bob Galen, and I really agree with that, product owner is a leader because we are responsible for defining the vision, where we aim to go, what could it be. So we have to be this visionary. And we are also responsible for the project. We have the responsibility of project management. The when is on our shoulders. We need to accept that. And another aspect is business analysis. We need to understand what kind of problem is worth solving that will generate value for both sides, the business and the users. Because if we focus only on the users, we may not generate a viable business. And if we focus only on the business, what happens with the users? So we need to have also this background. And then the product management. We do need to understand what are the real problems of our users. If we don't understand that, we may end up solving problems that don't exist. But this big room of interpretation leads to many pitfalls. And I want to start sharing some things that I have lived already. Some of them I have personally fallen into this pitfall. And I will start with this one. I hope you are not so hungry at this very moment here, because I'm going to discuss with you about what's not to be a product owner. This is one of my favorite topics, and I have written a couple of articles around this. But let's look at this. What do you see here? Okay, it's not really about the burger that I want to talk to you. This is more about the waiter. But are you seeing here a waiter or a product owner? Why am I saying like that? Just imagine the following. What does a waiter do? A waiter, here in this case, he is bringing the burger and the French fries to the customer. But let's go back to the process. What happened at the very beginning of this part here? What happened was the following. The waiter came to the customer and asked, "What would you like to eat, sir?" And the customer looked at the menu and said, "I'd like this double burger," and so on. And then the waiter may have offered, "Would you like some French fries?" They go very well together. And then the customer said, "Oh, that's a good idea." And the waiter just took the order, went to the kitchen and said, "New order for you guys." That's it. And then the waiter was just waiting. And once it's done, he takes the burger, French fries, and so on, and he brings to the customer. That's it. He will put that in front of the customer, and the customer will eat. Customer will be happy, right? Maybe not. Maybe yes. It depends. The customer ordered what he wanted, may not be what he needed. But if we go to the product owner responsibility, some product owners go to the stakeholders and they ask the stakeholders, "What would you like for the software?" And then they will say everything they want. And then the product owner will say, "Maybe we can do this." It's like the waiters offering the French fries. Maybe we do that, and so on. But it's building on the ideas of the stakeholders, not really challenging to understand the why behind the request. But then the product owner will take that order and give to the kitchen. Oh, sorry, actually given to the development team. And the development team will produce that. And then the product owner will give it back to the stakeholder. But then my question is this really a product owner? Aren't we supposed to be the value maximizers? If we are supposed to be the value maximizers, we should challenge, why do you want this feature? What for? What kind of problem do you want to solve? Is it relevant to solve this problem? Do the users really care about it? So my point here is simple. As a product owner, you need to understand the needs beyond the wants, because what the stakeholders want may have nothing to do with what the users need. And until we understand what the users need, we are not ready to talk about solutions. So this is what I want to tell you. If we as product owners try to please everyone, no one will be pleased. This is one of the traps that happen quite often. And unfortunately, when I started my career as a product owner, I've done that. That was a mistake. I know I learned the hard way by failing, but that's what I want to share with you so that you can avoid on your journey. And the second one is this guy. Once you look here at this guy, What do you see here? You see a person behind a computer, very serious. I would call him a boss, if you will. Are product owners bosses? Some of them, they think. Sometimes I hear some product owners saying things like, my developers, I manage a team. Do product owners manage teams? As far as I know, product owners are part of the development team and the Scrum team. We are peers to everyone. We are not on the top of anyone. We are not above the team hierarchically. We're on the same level. Product owners who behave as the boss will do things like that. They will go to the daily Scrum, stand up in front of the board. If it is not in front of the board, if it's remotely due to the condition, he or she will ask the developers, can you do this for me? Can you do that until the end of the day? Can you commit to this by tomorrow? Is it supposed to be like that? Of course not. Product owners should not do command and control. Product owners are visionaries. We are leaders. We put the team on a mission. Another example of a boss is during the sprint planning. The boss will come there and will say something like, for this sprint, I want you to deliver these features. And the goal by the end of the sprint is to have all of the features delivered. This is not a goal. This is not a product owner. A product owner will set a clear goal, something that is compelling, that will allow the team to work together. Great product owners, they set goals to achieve instead of tasks to deliver. So we have to understand this. Product owners are not above the Scrum team. We're part of the Scrum team. So this is one of the traps that happen. And generally this happens once an organization moves from a traditional mindset to the agile one. And now I come to the third one, which is something I've been there. What is this guy here? If you look at this guy, he has 3 big screens. He's behaving like an architect, right? He's just planning what's going to happen. Before I started my career as a product owner, I was a software developer. And somehow I dreamed of being a software architect. But I had a chance of becoming a business analyst and then later a product owner. I used to think that as a product owner, I should ensure the team is producing the maximum they can. So I was spending time planning solutions upfront. I was defining the concept. I was writing everything I could to ensure the developers would be coding. That's what I was doing. And I thought I was rocking. I thought I was really doing my best. And the team was so productive. Sprint after sprint, we were delivering more and more. 30 story points, 35, 40. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. But one day, one developer came to me and said, Dave, it really sucks to work with you. It's really hard because you come with solutions already defined and you look at us and you just want us to estimate that. You just want us to implement the solutions. I feel I'm working in a factory and you are just giving us something to implement. I think we can do better than that. And then I stepped back and I thought, oh my God, I really missed the point. Because I used to think product owners are responsible for the why. It means defining which problems are worth solving, and the what. What is the solution for those problems? While the development team was responsible for the how. But I was wrong. The what is not something that is completely the responsibility of the product owner. This is a joint responsibility of the Scrum team. So when you have the why, you come to the team with a problem to solve and you discuss with the team openly, and together we can find a meaningful solution for that problem. And that is a trap I've fallen into. I really used to think product owners are responsible for the what, and I was doing that, but we are not. And by collaborating with the team, I removed the bottleneck. Because you know what? I was the bottleneck. And as product owners, we shouldn't be bottlenecks. we should be a catalyst. We should connect the team. We should be enablers. It's something different. And I missed that point at the beginning of my career. So please keep that in mind. As product owners, we are really responsible for the why, and the team is responsible for the how. But together, we build the what. But once we look at all of these that I have shared, let me have a look here if we have some questions. I can see here a lot of comments. So yeah, I can see one from Roberto that is pretty interesting. I like this one. Scrum lacks for strategic definition of the role focusing on tactical. In my opinion, PO is the job title, while PM is the role. Well, I have also some opinion on these. I can connect to what you have said. I do believe that product owner is part of the product manager role. And sometimes what happens is we have both. We have the product owner and we have the product manager. Some companies decide to do that. My experience were not so positive because I believe the product owner is responsible from beginning to the end. Okay, so now I want to talk to you about the market. And when I mean the market, I want to explore something here that is the following. We have a lot of misunderstandings of what the product owner is. And we also have the market. How is the market for product owners? I would start saying like this: it's hot. It's very hot. Let's have a look here. For example, if we go, there are a lot of people talking to me. I think I invited all of you today for the webinar. But if whatever you are now, go to LinkedIn and then you go to jobs, and let's search here. Let's search for product owners in the United States. What do we find here? We find 36,000 positions. So see, there are a lot of open positions in the USA. And if you look at the date that the positions were posted, we can see that only last month there were around 30,000 positions. So it seems that companies are really looking for product owners. And what if we look here into the European Union? Because I know a lot of people here are from Europe. We have currently 34,000 positions. We have really a lot of positions. And then only the last month we have 21,000. So the market for product owners is really hot. Okay, but knowing that the market is hot, is it enough? I decided to have some better research here. What I did, I went to many positions in the USA, UK, and Europe in general. And what I wanted to understand is what the companies are asking for. And I came to this list here. I want to share with you. Product owners' requirements. Companies expect product owners to have great communication skill. Companies also expect product owners to be responsible for the backlog and prioritization and so on. Okay, but let's step back. Isn't that obvious? Of course, product owners should be great communicators. Of course, product owners need to know how to manage this. But I came to the following conclusion, because I have interviewed a lot of product owners as well, and I have been to many places. It's like a conversation with stakeholders. These are the wants of the market, but they are not really connected to the needs. So we shouldn't focus really on the requirement list of being a product owner. That's not the point. The point is having a value-driven mindset and knowing how to overcome the challenge ahead of you as a product owner. So what the market wants is a problem solver. What the market really needs is also this guy, the value-driven, the one who will understand the customer's problem and transform that into viable business. So when we look at these requirements, they are too shallow: great communication skill, product backlog management. These are not the things that will transform you into a successful product owner. And the market want someone robust. But I want to say something. The market demand is too high. It's really high. We've seen around 30,000 positions in the European Union, more than 36,000 positions in the USA. But the availability of highly qualified professionals, it is not enough. Thousands of positions are just waiting for you, and thousands of positions won't be filled because there's not enough professionals. And given all of these misunderstandings, all of these problems we are facing as product owners, we need to change this scenario. We need to help people to understand what is to be a product owner and how to succeed, how to overcome the challenge and benefit from this hot market. And that is the reason I come to this point now, how to be a product owner. This is something I wanted to share with you. Around a decade ago, I started my career as a product owner. The truth is, I had no idea what a product owner is. Needless to say, I've fallen multiple times. I learned the hard way what is to be a product owner, and especially what not to do as a product owner. During my journey, I've observed quite a lot of people committing the same mistakes, falling into the same traps as I did. When I noticed that, I could help them. And then they would be able to succeed faster by avoiding the mistakes I've committed. I could share what happened when I did certain things they were about to do. But then I thought, maybe I could help more people. And that's the point now. That's why I'm launching the course, How to Be a Product Owner. And what is it about? This is not just a course. This is more than a set of videos that you sit and watch. I don't want that. I want to create a community of product owners where I can guide you from wherever you are now to become a robust product owner, the product owner the market wants, the product owner the recruits will hunt you down. And this is something that I want to help you to achieve, to become a robust product owner. And how am I going to do that? This course will offer you a community of a product owner. There will be a Telegram group where I will be available every single day for 6 months to reply to all of your messages, to guide you on your journey. And also, you will benefit of 6 hours videos of real experience. This course is not about theory. It's about my learnings from my failures and how can you succeed faster. In summary, it is a decade of experience in 6 hours of video. When I was recording, I imagined what would be helpful to know when I started my career. And then I created this course. And also, I will offer 2 live sessions where we will talk about your problems and how to overcome that. It is not about talking the course, it's about talking your problems and how can I help you overcome your challenge. And another thing I wanted to tell you, this is not the first course, this is the second. I had this idea last year, and then I decided to record a first version. I call this as an MVP, a minimum viable product. I recorded in my mother language, Portuguese. And I created a very simple course. And this course is just 3.5 hours of content. And I thought, if people can benefit from this, I'll be very happy because I can help people to move from whatever they are to become a better product owner. And I define success as 200 students in 1 year and an average rating of 4 stars. But the results surpassed my expectations. When I look at the results now, I see more than 1,000 students there, and the rating is 4.5 stars. I received so many positive feedback from my students, and the course was so simple, but the content was honest. I wanted to share something relevant. I didn't want to share theory. I wanted to help people to advance in their career. And that's why I created this course. And now I thought maybe I could create the second version in a more robust way, because the first was a course in Udemy. But I didn't have the chance of exchanging with the students. And the second course is different. And the offers, the advantage I offer you is unlimited access to all the content. Also, it is risk-free for you. You have your money back guarantee. If you buy the course and you don't like that, well, just return. It's fine. You just write me an email and I will give you a full refund. It's fine if you don't like the way I speak. It's fine if you don't like the way the videos are recorded. No compromise. You just ask me for a refund. That's it. Risk-free. But this course is a limited group because I want to create a group, as I said, the community on Telegram that I can support personally, because I don't want to reply generic message. I want to guide you on your journey. So that's why it needs to be a limited group. And the course is open from now until the next Saturday. So if you want to join the course, you have 1 week. And this week will define the first group, and I will support you for 6 months. And the last part here is the discount for the first group. When I created this course, I was researching, and this course has a value of 200 euros. But for the first group, because I want to go with you and I want to experiment together how it works, and we will learn together, and I will update the course based on your feedback. So this course will be for you 99 euros. The link is available now, and you can subscribe from today until next Saturday. The link is available on this video. If you want to be part of the first group, subscribe now and learn how to overcome the challenge ahead of you. And I want to help you to rock as a product owner. I want to help you to be the product owner the market wants. But okay, I have talked a lot about the course. Now, I want to talk about something that is inside the course, the prioritization. So let's see here. My wife was showing me some messages here because she helped me with this course. So let me take a look here at some questions before I jump into the prioritization. She told me that the presentation is not full screen, but I'm not sure if I can change this now. So let's have a look here at some questions. There's one here. Why do most companies look to the market instead of forming their product owner within them? That is a good question. And what I have observed, I cannot be 100% sure, but from my observations, companies, they don't have qualified people to form product owners. Many times it happens, they start using Agile as a way of working, but it's a checklist. They create roles and they create also the responsibility of product owner. And then what they do, they send someone to get a certificate as a product owner. And then once that happens, the person will become a certified product owner, and they expect that after 2 days course, this person will solve all the problems. And that's how they train people. But that's not how you form product owners. And the discipline of product ownership is new. I know that Scrum is older than 20 years, but still, we don't have a really discipline how to be a product owner. We don't have that. And companies insist on going to the market and hiring someone, but they don't know who to hire because they don't have the right people inside to define what is the right product owner. So this is what I have observed. So let me see some more questions here. As a product owner, if you are put in charge of dealing with product support, spending too much time helping them can affect the product owner's job. How would you deal with that? Well, that was part of my life also. Once I had a development team, very small, 3 developers, and I was part of the support. And I had to deal with that. For me, it was a trade-off because either the development team would handle that or I would have to do it. And I decided to do it because I could handle the support and learn what were the problems. By handling the support, I could help solving meaningful problems. So that was my strategy. But if you don't have this case where you have, for example, a team of 9 developers, and you have to be in charge of support, you should do something that is a shared responsibility. One of the aspects I liked was having a Kanban board for the support, and every day one developer would be responsible for the support, and then the team would define who would be in charge of that. And this day, the developer would be only looking at the support board and not part of the team. That worked for me. So that it could be one idea for you. So let me see if there are some more questions here that I can answer. I see one here from Jefferson. How do you see the weight of a CSPO certification in a product owner's career? Oh, that's a good one. I mentioned something about it. I have a certificate. I think it helps to understand. Some companies, they only hire if you have the certificate of a product owner. Sometimes it is a CSPO or it is a PSPO. But if I look honestly, what means to be a product owner, the certification is only the start point. And after that, you need to develop yourself. You really need to do that. Otherwise, you won't be able to be a product owner as expected. So you need to take this step further. So let me go here one more question, and then I will start the prioritization. I will take this one. How much specialized knowledge or subject matter expertise should the product owner have? Should he or she know everything about the market, technology, or generalist? Oh, that's a very good question. Because as a product owner, actually, I've been at least to 6 different markets. And at the beginning, I used to think that a product owner should be the specialist and know everything. I started on the trade marketing, and I had no idea what trade marketing was about. And then I started developing my knowledge and how to build the product and how to empathize with the customers. But making the answer short, I believe being a generalist is more successful, but you need to know how to build products successfully, because product owners should orchestrate the communication between different, I would say, disciplines. And also the product owner should be that person who can empathize with the end user and understand the real problems. So it's a matter of time to get to know the market. Once I started in a new company in a different market, I started understand the company. For example, I worked in marketplace. I knew more or less what a marketplace was, but I decided to study more. I read 2 books about marketplace and I watched some videos and I did a course so I could understand better. But the point is, I didn't have prior knowledge of marketplace once I signed the contract. Anyway, I became the product owner for the marketplace. So I think being a generalist is an advantage if you know how to coordinate the product development. So let me take one more question. Just one more here before we go. Why does everyone want 7+ years of experience, though? It's kind of hard for the ones of us in the beginning of the career. Because the market doesn't know what they need. So 7 years of experience means nothing. And the market insists on that because they lack the right people to define what they need. They need someone who has a value-driven mindset. For example, now when I interview product owners, I don't really look at the experience. I look at the potential. Is this person a diamond? Maybe I can help the person to go further. This is the most important. And there are companies willing to do so. When I became a product owner, I had no prior experience, but someone bet on me. Some person trust that I had the potential. So that was the main point here. So answering your questions, companies don't know what they want. And if you want to be a product owner without this 7 years experience, you can find right places to go. And I can help you with that. Just write to me, I will help you. Now let's start with prioritization. Here, I want to give you a hint what you are going to find in the course, How to Be a Product Owner. And then if you like, you may subscribe, okay? So let's start with this, common problems. When we look at what is the problems we face, I start with the hippo. Have you heard about it? What is the HIPPO? The HIPPO is the highest paid person opinion. And this is the standard way of many companies to prioritize. The person with the highest paycheck in the room will define where we go. That is the challenge. Means that if you have the CEO in the room, you know what is the priority already. So that's how it works. Many companies have this problem. We will discuss this also. Legal requirements. Oh, this is a legal requirement. We have data compliance issue. Oh, we have new taxes rule. We need to implement that. So legal requirements are mandatory, are they? And then we have the classic one, many stakeholders. We have thousands of stakeholders who want thousands of things at the same time. And how can we handle that? And the last problem, sales promises. So what is it about? If your organization is a sales-driven organization, it means that sales team will promise something for the customers, and then you need to deliver, regardless if that is important or not. But it was a promise, and we have a contract. We need to deliver. Okay, let's discuss some suggestions here. For today, I'm going to give you 4 suggestions how you can overcome the nightmares of the prioritization. Let's start with this one. What do you see here? You see the moon, right? So why did I put the moon here? I put the moon because of something that happened during the 60s. John Kennedy, he said the following. Our goal is to land a man on the moon by the end of the decade and return him safe to Earth. This is the moonshot. See, he put people on a mission. He defined a very audacious vision in the 60s to put a man on the moon and land him back on Earth safe. That was the goal. And that is simple. Everyone can understand. It is concrete. Everyone knows what the moon is. It is challenging, but not impossible. You can imagine. So product owners have to define the product vision. Where do we want our product to be? What is our vision? And we need to be visionaries. We need to help the team dream about a different future where they are part of this, where they make the change to make the future the reality. As a product owner, we have to do that. And if we say we cannot do that because the organization doesn't want to work with product and vision, they just want to deliver feature, it doesn't matter. You have to be bold. You need to start and set a product vision. Talk to people, talk to them, understand what is important, what is the future of the market, and set a product vision. Until we have a clear product vision, teams will be like dogs chasing the tail. Everything is arguably priority, and the team will be running in circles. Stakeholders from every part will come to you and ask to do something. So if you want to succeed, you must set a compelling product vision. And my opinion is, without a vision to pursue, the Scrum team becomes a feature factor. That's it. We're not a team on a mission. We don't have something that put us together to overcome a big challenge. We are just a team working on a feature. That's it. We can do better than that. The next one is this. What do you see here? Let me see just a dashboard, right? But this is what I want to tell you. Many product owners focus on the output. But the sad story is output is just a means to an end. It's never the end itself. The end is the outcome, the impact we want to generate, the change we want to bring. So let me make it more concrete. To succeed, we need to start with the end in mind. Now let me share with you a story. When I worked in Brazil, we had a serious problem. And the problem is the customer acquisition cost was too high, and we needed to change that. Otherwise, the business wouldn't be sustainable. So we needed to find a cheaper customer acquisition channel. That's it. That was our mission. So we knew what we need to do, but we didn't know what to do. Also, we didn't know how to do it, but we started searching for opportunities to achieve that goal. And then I started talking to many departments to get some insights, and something stood out. When I talked to the customer service, said, what makes us different? Why are customers happy? And he said, our customers are really happy with us because we are friendly to them. And for this reason, we have a net promoter score 9.2. If you don't know what a net promoter score is, when you receive this email from 1 to 10, what is your chance of recommending us to your friend? Where 10 means, of course, I recommend, and 1 means never. In our case, our NPS was 9.2. That means that our customers, they were promoters. They wanted to promote us. That sounds like a great opportunity. And then I started imagining, what if we build something to transform this into a big opportunity and a change for us? And I thought, maybe if these customers could bring their friends in exchange of something, then we will have a cheaper acquisition channel, and it's good for everyone. Then we started thinking, how can we do that? And then we found a way. It was a recommendation program. We called it Share Your Passion for Wine. You bring a friend to us, you both will get a bottle of wine, and then you drink together. And it was something special because the bottle of wine was unique. You couldn't buy that. You need to recommend a friend, and then you would get that. So you see, we didn't start talking how can we implement the member get member, or how can we implement this recommendation program. We started saying, what kind of problem do we need to solve in our business now? We knew the problem, we knew the end, and by knowing that, we could prioritize the right thing. So that was the main point. So this is what I recommend you to do as a product owner. Start with the end in mind. Which outcome do you want to achieve? And then priority will be easy for you, because if someone comes with something that is not related to that, you just say, why would we do that if it's not going to help us to build a cheaper customer acquisition channel? So you see, you need to have something to base, and then your decisions will be easily. Let's go to the third one. No guts, no glory. Simple like that. If you want to be a product owner, you need to be bold. Steve Jobs once said, if you want to please everyone, don't be a leader, sell ice cream. And that's true. Product owners, as I said, are leaders. We're not managers, but we lead the team. We set them on a mission. But to do that is something that is complicated. Why? Because we need to go into conflicts. We need to be brave. We need to go into constant conflict. For example, many people will come to us and say they need something. I said about the legal department. And then the legal department will come to us and say something like, well, this is a must-have and we need to implement these and so on and so on. And then you need to fight back and say, why is it so important? And I guess it didn't change yesterday. It changed like 3 months ago, and you come with a solution to implement today. That's not how it works. Then you ask, like, what is the impact? What is the chance? And you give him some homework. And the point is, going into conflict is about saying no. And I used to think that as a product owner, we should say yes to everything that is a priority. But the truth is not like that. We should say no to everything that distracts us from achieving our goals. We should be really bold and challenge people on that. If we don't do that, we will just deliver poor results. And we don't want to do that. Don't be afraid. Go into conflicts. But of course, find a way of keeping the relationship sustainable. That is a challenge. But if you have the goal, it will be easier because you can always ask back, why should we stop doing what we are doing now? Why is it so important? So do you want us to throw these away and focus on everything? So can you come with me and tell the developers that what you want is the most important thing ever? So talk more and help the person understand how important it is to keep the teams focused on what matters the most. And focus is like a priority. It's one. It's not two, it's not three, it's one. So that's what I want you to keep in your mind. Say no, be brave, and challenge people. And now I come to the last tip I want to give you today. What do you see here? See a lot of people in a room, right? Could be a lot of stakeholders, and maybe the guy standing is a product owner, or maybe not. But the point is, in a scenario that you work internally, you may have a lot of stakeholders, and you may not have a clear direction what is important, what is the priority, and how can you deliver what matters the most. But all stakeholders will come to you and they will insist whatever they want is the most important. And if you try to treat them individually, even if you agree with them that the other is more important, they will bug you all the time. They will not let you in peace. That will be the problem. So you really need to ensure that the stakeholders care about the problem. How can you do that? Let me share with you another story. When I was working in Brazil, I had this problem. We had a product, and there were many stakeholders: logistics, content management. It was an e-commerce, and we have like a customer service, finance, accounting. Everyone had something that claimed to be the most important ever. Everyone had that. And at the beginning, I tried to handle each request separated. It didn't work at all because they were coming to me all the time and annoying me and asking, why aren't you doing what I asked you to do? This is the most important. This is what we should do. And that didn't work, just didn't work at all. Then I thought, I need to make them care about the problem. And I invited all of them to go to a meeting room. And they were a little bit irritated because they said, I already told you what the priorities are, so I expect you to do. I said, that's a problem because it's not the priorities, it's the priority. Let's have a talk. Then in the room, I wanted something special. I wanted the room to be like a battleground. I wanted them to fight until the priority would emerge. So that's what I wanted. But I forgot to buy the popcorn and watch the fight. That was my mistake. But what I did is I prepared the room and I said, we are facing a problem here. Our customers, they come to us, they buy once and they go away. We have a very low retention and we need to increase that. But the problem is I cannot focus on that if you don't support me. I need your support on that. And I want that we together here, we will agree on a direction. And it is one single priority and we will do it. And then after that, we will talk again to define the next step. Okay, so let's start with that. Everyone shares what you have to contribute with this. Then what happened is customer service said, I have so many complaints. I cannot deal with that. And if we solve the system, the way I manage the complaints, then I can be more efficient and the customers will not be so pissed as they are now. And finance said, well, I like your idea. And when I look at my list, your idea is more important than mine. I can support you. But logistics said, yeah, I don't think this is the real problem. We need to go to the source, and the source is logistic. We cannot deliver on time, and sometimes we deliver the wrong package. And if you deliver the wrong package, you will receive requests. We need to solve this. And we have problems on our system. And if we solve that, for sure the customers will be happier, and then they will be willing to buy again. And then it started like some fight between customer service and logistic. And I was just watching and said, oh, that's interesting. Let's just watch what is happening here. And they were just talking and talking. And it was like, some stakeholders supporting logistics, some supporting customer service. And they look at me, let's do both. I said, no, it's not possible. We need to do one. We need to focus in one thing. And if I may, Logistic is the most important. We need to attack the source, but the decision belongs to you. What do you think about it? And after some discussion, where I was watching, the nerves were really intense in the room. They came to the point, okay, we will focus on logistics. And that's when I had peace of mind, because whenever someone would say something, I would refer back to that meeting and say, you remember, we talked about it and we agreed on it. I said, yeah, that's fine. But what about the next time we will have this talk? So in 1 month, we have this conversation again, and then we define what is the next thing to do. So this is what I want to tell you. Sometimes you need to be a facilitator and you need to make your stakeholders care about each other. If you can reach that, you are going to make a real change. So that's what I had to share with you today, guys. I hope that the content is relevant for you. And I hope that once you leave this room, you can make a change in your real life. And that's what I am passionate about helping product owners to take this step further. And if you really enjoy my content, and if you think I can guide you on your journey and help you to become a robust product owner and learn how to overcome the challenge ahead of you, join my course, How to Be a Product Owner and Rock as a Product Owner. I want to guide you on a successful journey. Now, I want to take the time to answer some questions, and I want to take a look here if we have questions. Whatever you want to ask, just place here on the comments, and then I will answer. Just let me stop sharing my screen here, and then we can take a look. I will just move the screen to the other. Okay, so let's have a look here what we have. So let me take this question here. I have a question about how a product owner can prioritize between many business features and maintenance stories, like refactoring, without getting things out of control on the product performance. Okay, that's a question I have asked myself many times, but I think I can give you some ideas. So think about this. There's always a chance of refactoring and making the code better. But the point is, let's say your priority at this very moment is in the same direction as I had, the logistic, and you need to move further on the logistic. So why would you prioritize, for example, a maintenance and the invoice system? You know that the code is a legacy, it's not maintainable, but you can agree with the team and say, once we have to touch that, we will refactor this code, and then you agree on a better time to do that. But what I do is, I ask, what happens if we don't do that at all? That is my question. What is the risk we have? And you, as a product owner, you can decide if you want to take that risk or not. And you can be honest. You can talk with the stakeholders and in a sense say, we have this risk here. If we don't refactor this specific code, we may face these troubles. And we have this business features to deliver this value. Always connect to the value. If you don't have the value, insist on having that. That is important for the discussion. And you share honestly, evaluate the risks you have. I hope this has answered your question. If it is helpful or not, you can ask back here and then I can give you some more tips. So let me see here. Someone, do we have more questions? I have something here. It was not for me, the questions actually. That is, but I want to answer this question. It was not for me, but I will do so. Stakeholders want to answer some things based on their guts, but not on asking any customers. I think if we ask customers what they want, they will not tell us because they don't know what they want. If we ask them what they need, they will also not tell us. We should talk to them and observe what is important for them, what kind of problems they face. But if stakeholders have no observations with real customers, or in other words, real end users, their guts worth nothing. So they need to have observations. They need to know what are the problems. And many people will say that Apple built iPhone without observing customers. This is not true. Apple built iPhone, for example, because they knew there was a big problem. The usability of the smartphone was crap back then. So that is more than enough observation. So I like saying, like, what kind of observations do you have to support your gut? If you don't have, we better talk about it. So one more question here I see. If you are a product owner who focuses on outcome and impact, but you worked in an organization that focuses on output, what is the good strategy? Do you try to educate the people? Yes. Let me be honest with you. I've never worked in an organization that focused on the outcome, but I changed that. I always annoyed them. And I said the following: we have to build what matters. And what doesn't matter, we delete, we remove. If we have something that it causes a distraction from our value proposition and our customers will not get to the end, we remove that from the feature. It's better to do that than to distract customers. And I really believe that as a product owner, we may not ask for permission. We should just go and do it. If the game is not in our favor, we change the game, but we show with results. And the results will convince people. Many times word will not convince. But if we are brave to take the risks and focus on what matters, the numbers will prove. And the people will start accepting. That was my strategy. And I have been doing that my whole life. Do we have more questions? I still have some more time here. I'm really happy that you made here. I see 54 people now. It's really nice to have all of you here. As I said, this is my first webinar, and I would really appreciate if you would write me a message on LinkedIn with your feedback, because that's just the first of a lot of webinars that are to come. So I really love helping people. I really love sharing content, and mainly my failures and my learnings from that. So if there are no more questions here, there's one here from Reinaldo, and I think I skipped that. I will answer this. What should product owners do to succeed if companies do not provide a proper environment? I think I kind of explored this one. It is about changing the game and being brave. If we are not brave as a product owner, maybe we should refrain if we are ready to be a product owner. Because to succeed as a product owner, we need to be ready to change the game. Because product owners refer to a position that is not really well understood. I've been to many companies, let's say 6 companies working as a product owner. And I worked with more than 60 product owners. And if I would ask each of them, what do you do and what are you supposed to do? I think I would get at least 60 different questions. We don't share a common understanding what a product owner is. So that is why we need to think what we need to achieve and change the game to make that happen. All environments are different, and it varies from companies to companies. But we can change the game for better if we are brave to go into conflicts. Let's see if we have some more questions here. I think we have we have some more questions here. I will answer some. So let's go with this one. Which certification do you recommend? I would recommend going to the CSPO because you have a course of 2 days and you have to learn that. But you need to understand that the certification is not enough. You may need to read some books. I really like the books from Marty Kagan, Inspired. and also from Melissa Perry, Escaping from the Build Trap. And you need to face some failures, and then you will learn from them. But promoting a little bit my course now, I'd like to say, I have committed more than enough mistakes. I can tell you what you don't need to do. I can tell you how to avoid the traps and take the shortcut. I want to guide you. If you want, just join my course and I will help you on that. So let me take this one here. Product owner is value maximizer resulting from work of development team. That is the Scrum definition, the Scrum Guide definition. How should the product owner react in case the development team is not really cross-functional? Well, if the development team is not cross-functional, as a product owner, we should say, we are not ready to deliver what is promised to maximize the value for the business. We need to have a team that has all the skills needed to deliver our value. And we need to ask for that. We need to talk to the CTO, to the CPO, to the CEO, whoever it is. We need to go and talk and share the problems. And we can just say, if we don't have a cross-functional team, we are not going to deliver these and these and these. We must have that. So the thing is, as a product owner, we don't wait for things to happen. We make them happen. So let me take some more here. I like this comment from Kola. I actually practice your suggestion of bringing your stakeholders into a single room and have them hash out of priority together. It's made a huge difference. That is really nice. But I have a question for you. Do you bring popcorn to watch the fight or not? Because that's what I forgot to do. But it's important. Just a joke. But it is something that if we start doing that, the stakeholders, they will care, and we need to make them care about each other. And once that happens, then we have the room for us. There was a question here. What types of metrics do you use to prove impact and outcome? That depends, I would say. For example, when we were talking about the recurring users, we were evaluating how often the users were rebuying. So how often they were coming back to the website. And it depends on the problem. So I would start like this. You define the problem you want to solve and what numbers will prove that you have solved that problem. And then you monitor that numbers. So the KPIs will vary according to your problem. Okay, so I think we are slowly coming to an end here. And I really hope the content shared today was helpful for you. I really want to share something that you can leave this room and apply in your real scenario. I don't want to share something that is useless, because spend more than an hour of your time. So I hope that you enjoy the content. And please give me feedback about it. And then what I want to tell you is join my course and let's rock together. We can make it. I can guide you on a successful journey as a product owner. I can share with you how to take the shortcut, and I can tell you how to overcome the challenge ahead of you. So thank you, everyone, and see you next time. I'm waiting for you in the course. I will post a video for the course now, and you can watch. And if you have doubts, just write to me. I will answer. I'm really available on LinkedIn, Twitter, all the social networks. I will answer. You can be sure of that. Reach me out, and let's rock together. Thank you a lot. Bye-bye.